So the next chain we're going to look at is recovering side control to a side guard and then looking to attack an omoplata and a far side violin armbar. Maybe move into a triangle at the end as well. So, side control, again, key points, feet close to our butt, knee connected to the hip. What helps you generate pressure driving into your opponent is flicking this foot out so you can drive in here. From here, plant your feet, bridge, shrimp. Shin comes inside with the foot hook in the hip. We're going to go after this arm. To go after any limb, it's got to be light. So my hand comes to this side, I start to push his head away. It makes the arm lighter, the knee starts coming up, and I clamp my knee down across the shoulder. My leg is straight. This is too light for me to control. So bend it, pinch. Frame on the head, the hand comes up, push the wrist into the hip. Clear the leg over. Extract your lower leg, lie onto your back. Very important here, I want you stepping your outside leg over the top leg, never the other way around, because it makes this leg light. It's really important during the omoplata that we control our opponent all the way through it. So we cross over, we extend our legs, getting weight going through that shoulder. That helps me sit up to catch the hip. From the extended leg position, I swing to an S. I drive my knee through the line of the shoulder, but to hit the finish. In the classes, to make it a little bit more cyclic and continue the drill, we had our opponent practicing their omoplata escapes. The one we were using was when they tripod onto their head and then take 2 steps over to the other side, escaping the omoplata into side control. So, the next move after that, again in side control, shrimping, side guard. So it's great position, a lot of offense from here. What they'll do to protect this arm is look to push off of this one, shift weight onto it. Now, this is difficult for me to attack this arm because it's loaded. My hand switches to frame on the head on the other side, and I start to push it away and scoop the arm that he was basing on. So the crease of my elbow goes around his elbow, and I turn my hips, this knee turning in, and my foot flicking from the side guard position to the butterfly position. Now, the way we apply this violin armbar, crease of the elbow over my opponent's elbow, not the forearm. Here, I want my forearm pretty much facing straight down to the floor with my elbow facing the ceiling. I like taking a butterfly grip. From here to apply, there's a couple of things. We can look to kick our opponent's base away, which helps massively. So our leg should be extending, so he's falling into the armbar. And at the same time, my elbow will start coming through his elbow as I start to sit up. And there's the application. Yep. So, one more time. Bridge, shrimp, side guard. We threaten to collect this in the omoplata. He pushes back across. We frame and we isolate the arm that he was framing on here. Now, elbow through his elbow. We start sitting up. Very important as well. My head is totally flared into his hand. This stops him from being able to rotate his arm out of this position. It's a common problem. This is also why I don't like controlling the arm with my forearm. There's too much space in here for him to rotate the arm and slip it. So here, tight bicep running along his forearm and my head wrapped around his wrist. From here, again, using the same principle as before when my opponent was trying to load the arm that I was attacking, the omoplata arm, he's now going to try to get weight back through this one. He's going to push off this hand to try and get it heavy. This gives me space to attack triangles. My outside foot onto the hip, I straight arm the bicep, I can extract this leg. It's one way of doing it. So you simply extract, and here you kick across center and bend late, locking up your triangle. Little point with the triangles, never pointed toes up to the ceiling like this. Lock it, point your knee the same direction as this knee, and it will come on. If you struggle getting this leg out in one movement, this is how we do it. Foot on the hip. This is what's giving us control over our hips. This foot on our opponent's outside hip. I bring my knee out and I keep turning. My knee turns into the neck and it flicks out. Then I start turning back and we end up back in that deep triangle. Again, toes up to the ceiling, lock it up and apply. So that's a submission chain, straight out of escaping side control into side guard, and you've got 3 sub options there.